Howdy, everybody. This is a surprise pop up session with our resident astrologer, Kathy Biehl, professional Aquarian. And we'll wait till a few people show up before we really get into it. And you know what? I just was listening to the news about the Melania movie. Have you heard about the Melania movie?
Yep.
I heard it's a flop thus far.
Yeah.
So we have a few people jumping on. Welcome, welcome. This is a pop-up. That means you don't know we're going to show up. I like doing that. Catches people off guard. Today is Kathy's birthday. And I have a happy birthday, Kathy sign behind
Look at that. Oh, my God.
See it. It's kind of far away.
Thank you. That's really nice that you made that.
Yes, I did. Birthdays are special. I hope yours feels special.
It's kind of strange, this one,
but yeah, the energy is interesting. So it's there's been a big shift with that Neptune going into Aries. But before we get into it, I was just talking about the Melania movie, and I just now I was listening to the news, and I think it's going to be an absolute flop. Absolute flop. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of a barometer of where we are in the United States when it comes to the wealthy flaunting what they have. They're so out of touch. So welcome, everybody. We're doing a Spirit Talk podcast. It's been since before Christmas, I believe. And everybody knows it's your birthday.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah, I actually told people this year. I don't normally do that. And I've been getting texts and email messages from people who listened to my request that people do take some kind of mutual aid action. I've been getting all these messages of what people have donated to, and it's just great.
Yeah, so go ahead and make that announcement.
Well, my request is today has an aspect that I was actually kind of scared about, and it's playing out in some really, really nice ways. I see all these Aquarians in the feed. This is great. Today, Mars is meeting Pluto. Mars is the god of war. Pluto is the lord of death. Mars is action. Pluto is, just real deep secret stuff and very targeted. And they're in the sign of the collective.
Oh, wow.
And a couple of things. So I thought, let's take this energy and I'm going to ask for action on behalf of the collective. And so I've been asking people to make a donation that furthers mutual aid in your community. If give to a food bank. And it's important to know that money actually goes a lot further than a few cans of food that might cost the same amount, because a bank can take all of its cash contributions and use them to buy in bulk, and it will go further. If you give $5, it'll go further than giving them $5 worth of cans. But if nothing else, there is a page where you can find information about vetted organizations in Minnesota, and let me get that address. I just need to know whether it's, and people have been stand with me. I just need to know whether it's .org or standwithminnesota.com. Standwithminnesota.com. That's a directory of organizations that are on the ground doing all kinds of things. And you could give to a food bank, you could give to immigrant support, you could give to just all kinds of stuff. So that's my request. Someone says I have some soft baby blankets I crocheted for the Children's Hospital. That is wonderful.
Yeah, nice.
But I'd like to report two things that have happened so far that are positive playings out of Mars meeting Pluto in Aquarius. And again, I want to stress that there's a potential for something I just thought there could be something very unpleasant that happened today. And instead, what we're seeing is, first off, Mars ruling aggression and paramilitary and the military, and Pluto being so we have uh Dan Bovino being relieved of his
Oh yeah, you
duties.
mentioned that.
Yeah, that's a perfect one. But here's an even better one. And I put this up in the Astro Insight Lounge on Facebook. My friend in Minneapolis, my webmaster lives there. I've been in pretty good communication with him, and he sent me a video that's on Blue Sky of a brass band. These guys are just outside in the dark, and they're singing "Stand by Me," and the crowd starts a chant that the singers then work into what they're singing, which is "The people united will never be defeated." If you need a reason to shed some
Oh
tears
wow.
in a positive, powerful way, look for that.
So is it like a round, like
They
Stand
just took
By
it over.
Me?
Instead of singing "Stand by Me," whoa, whoa, they just
Oh,
start going, "The people united will never be defeated." And the singers, they're continuing their song, and they're hearing the people around them with this chant. So they just take the words and work it into what they're singing. It's just glorious.
out of the ugliness, there's beauty emerging. It's amazing. I mean, it's just so horrifying what's happened, and I feel like, because these these people that died were good people, and I was saying last night, it's like his last name was Pretty, right, and good, so it's like pretty good. They were pretty good people, and to see the Minnesotans first come out with the tens of thousands the past couple days before the murder happened was like, okay, that was one thing. But then once that happened, it's like now we're all in it on behalf of these fellow citizens, are the two of us, and there are others that were murdered, and now the cause has taken on this completely new, I don't know, like new energy. Like there's like who's gonna stand for this? And I was thinking about this man Alex working for the VA hospital. There's nothing that anyone can point to if they're the enemy and say, "Oh, he was so terrible," like just nothing. That is a selfless job. That's like has an element of civic duty to it, and it just like I was saying on my video, he's the kind of person, and I think Renee was too, that he was the kind that would lay down his life for his country.
And he did.
You can feel it. And Renee was the kind of person that maybe she would have too laid down her life for her country. She definitely would be thinking of others over herself.
She
So
was
they're
ex-military as well.
oh, was she? I didn't know
Yep,
that. Yeah. So
yep,
so
yep,
she
yep.
so they both had that quality. I picked that up on both of them. I didn't realize she was in the military in the past. So what we're seeing is really a brand new wave of like not enthusiasm but urgency and can do, like that mama bear energy that men have too. It's like, oh, we need to take care of our own here, and we will.
That's Neptune in Aries. Can we address
Oh,
this? Can
yeah,
we
I want
address
to.
this? There was on Monday a shift that's going to be with us for about 14 years.
Yeah.
And that is Neptune, which is the planet that unhinges us from ordinary reality. It's our link to something higher and greater and otherworldly. It's a planet that rules drug addiction and great inspiration and highest love and escapism. It is our connection to spirit.
Pisces.
Neptune has moved into Aries, and it's going to spend most of this year just sitting at the very first degree of the zodiac or near it. The very first degree of the zodiac, 0 Aries, is raw life force,
Yeah.
raw creative potential.
Yeah.
And something shifted yesterday where everybody had their internal fire get reignited. kindled. And let me tell you, the one thing I saw that, I mean, it's setting everything off in my chart. So I'm a powerhouse at this moment, but I saw something yesterday that just shifted my attitude about everything. And I went, we are going to be okay. And this was it. I think her name is Primrose Permaculture. There's a creator for, I don't know if she's still on TikTok, on YouTube, who shared, she said they've lost. They have absolutely lost, and we have won, and here is why. And she shared some footage from Minneapolis. And what it was a giant, like a Humvee, an ice Humvee going down the street very, very slowly, and one person walking and standing right in front of the vehicle, and the vehicle just having to kind of stop, and the guy wouldn't budge, and he was moving forward and trying to make the car go back. And then all these other people came and joined him, and there was this wall of people just in the street standing there going, nope, 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 and not letting the car pass. But it was the moment of Park Rose Permaculture. Thank you. It was the moment of all these people just coming into view and lining up with this guy. And I went, we're going to be fine.
Tiananmen Square right there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't see that. How did I miss that? Was it just like a few hours ago or?
Yesterday.
Oh my gosh. I must have been busy.
So I said, this is Neptune in Aries. This is Neptune in Aries. This is spiritual warrior, a sense of calling, not even giving it a second thought. This is a young mother flipping a car over because her baby's trapped, and we all have it.
And Aries is the baby of the zodiac. And Aries is, I am. Damn it. I am the power. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, the Neptune and Aries. I remember there was a time that it shifted last year, right, into Aries.
We got a taste of it last year from I am sorry, there's a complaint that I didn't put ET. I did not. I did tell people I was going to be here. I did it in a hurry, and I didn't put ET. I apologize. I didn't put the time zone. Someone's saying, hey, Ray, we're here.
Time? I didn't even tell people that we were going to come on today.
I told a few people in my group. Anyway, we got a taste of this last year from the end of March until into the fall. And there was a big event that happened as soon as Neptune made this first shift. That's when Cory Booker took the Senate floor for 25.5 hours. And we saw this act of spiritual warriorism. Yeah. That, now you can say what you want about him since then, but at that moment, he embodied that energy.
Yeah.
And now we have it. And a couple of things about it. You're gonna see all kinds of people making a big deal about the fact that Neptune moved into Aries a day or two after the Civil War started. And there's this big sky is falling, blah, energy running around. Well, the couple of things to keep in mind, and one of them is the last time Neptune moved into Aries was, in fact, right when the Civil War started, but two big differences. And one of them is right now, as Neptune makes this shift, we have a massive concentration in collective energy. There is a bunch of stuff in Aquarius right now. And that wasn't going on then. So this is like massive collective action. And we're seeing that. We're seeing people taking to the streets. There are like rapid response teams and people communicating in all kinds of ways and passing information around. And anyway, that's one difference. And the other difference is when the Civil War started, a bunch of states had already seceded. nobody's seceded now, so it's not the same situation. The vibe has come back around, and yes, we've got that. Yes, we've got Pluto where it was during the American and French revolutions, and soon we will have Uranus where it was during World War II. But again, all the circumstances are different. We're not in the same, the same loop. So
People are so quick in general to go to, oh no. I mean, even when Mercury goes to retrograde, Mercury goes retrograde, it's like, oh no. It's like, what? It's just,
well, you know,
geez, stop catastrophizing, everyone. The Neptune and Aries, I do remember that I felt that shift, and it was like the difference between, like, I guess I would describe it like this: getting up in the morning and feeling like, oh, I'm just having a slow, lazy morning, a slow day, or getting up in the morning and being like, let's go, chop chop. That's the difference in the energy of Neptune between Neptune and Pisces and Neptune and Aries. And I'm just trying to remember what was going on in March besides Cory Booker, that I recall. But it seems like we've had little tastes of, and here's where the people come together and they start speaking out. And I really feel like this has staying power. Like, I actually feel as though there are workings going on behind the scenes. Like, what's been on my mind lately is Keg's breath. We have not seen him.
interesting.
Yeah. And the last time that I was talking about him was in regards to Mark Kelly. And the last news that we really heard was that he was suing. We all call him Keg's breath. He was suing him. So isn't that interesting that we haven't heard anything? I also feel like Gavin Newsom acted as a shadow president when he went to Davos, Switzerland. I don't know if there was any astrology going on during that. It seems like it was ages ago. It was just last week when Trump went and just screwed up. Just like, it's unbelievable the things that he said to the allies. Was there anything going on that day that was notable where you saw our relationship? Like, is there anything in the astrology that talks about foreign relations? I know Sagittarius is a sign of that.
Well, actually, just a complete restructuring of alliances.
We don't like
It's happening across the board. It's happening across the board. And I had a conversation that posted yesterday with Cindy of Soulprint Intuitive Tarot from Canada about US and Canadian relations. And Trump he's got disruptive connections to other countries that we as a country don't have. So I don't know how much others are, recognizing that there's this temporary insanity going on. Although I suspect, let me back up. What is happening across the board is, in situation after situation, the rest of the world is being challenged to go take care of itself.
Yeah.
And new alliances are being formed. And the astrology does support that. Like, I think the EU and India entered into a deal. What? Huh? And Canada's having to step up and take more care of itself. And so that sort of thing is it fits the astrology, whether we had a person blowing things up from the pulpit of the White House or not. There would likely be that kind of restructuring going on. But yeah, I can't even begin to tell you what it was specifically going on at Davos.
Yeah,
but there was something big.
How often we're just like, oh no, don't say it.
Yeah.
It's awful. But I think that this definitely is a kind of the great sort of equalizer in a certain way. I always remember when I went to India a long time ago, and I was so really, from a visceral level, I was so struck by how unequal, you know, the world is, right? When people are living like they did 2,000 years ago, carrying buckets of water on their head and stuff. And here we were like jet setting everywhere and having all these luxuries. So this is going to kind of be an equalizer in a certain way, and I do feel it because I've read on it, because I've asked, do our allies hate the American people? And I always get no, they hate Trump. And it's really not like, I mean, I don't hate the Russians, right? I don't hate the North Koreans. We never know what's going on with them, but like, it's not their fault, all this corruption. What's striking to me too lately is, we were just talking earlier a little bit about the Melania movie, is, I mean, these oligarchs, they think that I really just feel like they don't really have any idea that the rest of the world doesn't think like them. Right? They think we're,
It's
oh
not,
yeah, we're all gonna be like, hey, let's do a ballroom and let's do the stupid arch, whatever the hell that is. And he's going on about these, oh, this is the golden age, and it's like, this is, we're doing great. We want to celebrate how great America's doing. It's like, what planet are you really living on? And it's like, planet billionaire, right? I'm really upset with Tony Robbins, and I'm gonna write something to him. I'm gonna get my message to him, because I used to like Anthony Robbins. I thought he was a great motivator and a do-gooder, and he was invited to see the Melania movie at the White House. There they are watching the Melania movie. Who the hell cares about a Melania movie? And we're all mourning the loss of one of our own that the DHS executed, and Renee Good. I mean, like, what the hell is that? That disconnect. They can just, maybe they can take Elon's spaceship and go colonize Mars. You know, Mars can have them. So what we're really going to see, and power to the people, which somebody told me recently that was John Lennon and Yoko, and I did not know that.
Yeah.
Power to the people. I got to go look that up and listen to it, because it keeps going through my head. Oh my God, all day, every day. It's like an earworm. And I really know that the people are rising up. And what really strikes me, and I did get, my guides told me 2026 will be the year of courage and profiles in courage. And Alex and Renee work profiles in courage for sure. But there is an energy in the American people of, we're not afraid. We are not afraid. We are freaking fearless. Not everyone, but enough of us. There are people that are just like, fine, be that way. We're still going to show up. You want to do that? We're still going to show up. But this regime really thinks that we don't have that, right? How many times they thought that their bullying tactics would work with the American people, and we just keep showing up. We're like the whack-a-mole, right? We just keep showing up. And I really feel like it's going to grow exponentially, these protests and rallies, and this energy of, this is our country. Hello, go to Mars. This is our country. We rule this country. We're taking our country back, and we're not, like my song says, we won't be backing down. So I'm optimistic. I've had waves of feeling like, wow, it feels like we have a whole new government. And I really do believe that once we get this regime ousted, and JD included, that we have the potential to be the most amazing country more than ever before. We redo our Constitution. They're openly violating 1, 2, and 4, right? The First Amendment, the Second Amendment, and the Fourth Amendment. And they've already violated the 14th Amendment, Section C, because he shouldn't have been allowed to run for office anyway.
No, should not have been. And Jack Smith essentially said that in front of Congress. But think of how many huge developments we've had day by day by day,
Oh,
in
yeah,
just the last week,
I know.
that would have ended any other career, any
Oh,
other one. And it just keeps
definitely.
trundling on and trundling on and trundling on. I don't now I have said this multiple times that I don't see how we get through, some time period, but everything blows up in February. Everything blows up in the middle
Yeah.
of February. And not only is there a solar eclipse that's going to ignite and wake up what's left of the people here and blow up Trump's chart and blow up Couch Boy's chart, just blow them up, smithereens. There's also, we've been saying, Neptune is at the very beginning of Aries. In February, Saturn joins Neptune there.
Oh, oh,
Saturn brings structure. Saturn brings things into physical form. When Saturn and Neptune have met throughout history, things have collapsed. That's when the Berlin Wall fell. That's when the Russian Revolution
oh.
happened. That's when King John got confronted by the barons in England and handed the Magna Carta and said, you will accept this. That's when democracy started in Athens. And this happens at the very base of the US chart, an absolute dissolution of the structure of the government. So the middle of February is really, really hot.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's been building up and building up and building up, and we've been doing this for years, and we're like, it's coming, it's coming, it's really gonna happen. We had to get to the point where the MAGAs started to see the light.
Oh, now that the Second Amendment people are seeing that, oh, no,
Right,
no, we're it
right.
too. I mean, libertarians are coming out against this, the NRA. Okay,
Oh my
fine.
God,
Here we go.
2022 Kyle Rittenhouse. No
Oh,
argument
please.
that they're even going there and using like this total lie. Oh, our agents, they were in danger. There's no words. To, and I'm seeing Caroline Leverett, floundering. They're getting flustered. They're getting really pissed off. They don't want to talk about it. I don't know if you've read on Stephen Miller lately, but
Nope.
I read on him. No, you haven't. I read on him last night, and the death card came up. There was an end for him. Bovino. Now he got moved. He
Well,
didn't
he
get
got
ousted.
demoted. He got taken out of his lead position and sent back to where he had been, somewhere in California, and he's retiring. He's retiring.
Yeah, it just seemed like he's still going to have some kind of job in some capacity.
But he's retiring, so he's going to get he's going to get his retirement package and he's going to go away.
It doesn't sound like he's going to go away, but he's going to go away.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
just going to leave that there.
Yeah, and I'll also oh, that's beautiful. I read that the Premiere Theater in London sold only one ticket for the premiere of Melania. Well,
I think it's great. I don't think anyone's going to go. Who cares? What I mean, what would motivate you to go to see that movie? Anybody? I can't think of one thing that I'd be curious about and want to go see the movie because I was curious. Not even how bad it is. And I feel ashamed that I have Apple products. Tim Cook. Tim Apple.
uh,
So I really do not want to sound Pollyannish. And at the same time, I really want everybody here who cares to hear this to know that my guides consistently have said that the people will turn this around. And when you have a strong guidance like that, it becomes your anchor. Because when we're all freaking out and things look really terrible, we can just know what we really feel in our gut. And I think that we all do feel that in our guts. We're all psychic. That the people will turn this around. And I trust everybody's guidance to activate them. Like, I mean, you're activated, I'm activated. We have our marching orders. And we don't just not do them. And the people that we lost, they stood on principle. They did. They put themselves in harm's way. they on behalf of their fellow human beings, and that's what we're following. So I'm really proud of us as a country. And there's a statistic, is it like we only need 3.5% of people really activated to turn something around. I think, have you heard that statistic?
I've heard it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have way more than that. We have way more than that. And just like, they're going to be trying to rig the elections and this and that and the other, we have way more. It's not really going to be possible. And once again, I don't want to sound Pollyannish, but I don't see how they can, with this many people just like, whoa, about facing, like, I really don't think that they have the power that they think they have, these buffoons. So curious to know, well, first of all, do you get sort of a sense of your new year? Because I consider your birthday your new year. Do you get like a
It is.
for your year?
I'm sorry, do I have a what?
Like, do you get a like guidance about your year?
I glanced at my solar return chart, and that Mars Pluto that I mentioned, I've got that all year. Everybody else gets to move on, but no.
So what's your what, can you get a theme out of that?
Well, Mars is conjunct Pluto in my 11th house, which is group associations.
Oh.
And it's okay, so what's going on is I have a grand trine in fire with Neptune in Aries, linking directly with Uranus, in my house of creativity, linking directly with Saturn. So my work is not done. I have,
and it's about the collective, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of goes along. See, that kind of, if you get your chart right, everybody get a reading from Kathy Biehl. Don't you want to know the blueprint of your soul and your purpose, right? So you can see how what you're doing ties into the collective, right?
Yeah, I clearly what I'm doing is what I'm gonna continue doing.
You can't not do it.
Mm-mm.
Somewhere,
and that, I mean, that's been clear. Right. I didn't set out to do political astrology at all.
But it does.
Yeah, here it is. Okay, fine.
It's like,
I mean,
yeah.
People I haven't talked to in a while will say, "So, what are you doing? How's your life?" And I'll go, "They hold hands for thousands of people to keep them calm."
Yeah. You probably go like, you won't believe it. Mm-hmm. I recently changed the show name from PNN to the Psychic Reporter. I think that's a Neptune and Aries kind of a shift.
I think so too.
Yeah, it just came to me in a wave. All of a sudden, I was like, call it the Psychic Reporter. I'm like, sounds good to me. Mm-hmm. And I got the domain name. So, have you looked at anybody's chart recently that anybody here might be interested in, that you find kind of interesting in the public? I know you're doing a lot of shows, I think.
Who do we want to talk about?
Who jumps out was like, whoa, he's got to come in, or oh, that person's really going to shine. Everyone wants to know about Kamala. She's been like,
okay, now I have said this, and I will tell you that the Kamala trolls are out today. They've been out for a couple of days. No, they're out in droves, and that makes me very suspicious.
What's up?
Very suspicious. So let me preface this. I do have something to say about what's coming up for her. I think that one piece of Minnesota having been so targeted is trying to take Tim Walz out before you know what gets revealed. Okay. Trying to excuse me?
April. I think it's going to be in April.
And this is what's interesting about April. So we have going on astrologically a big bundle of energy in one sign, and then moving to the next sign, and then moving to the next sign, like in a cluster. We've been in a Capricorn cluster. We're currently in an Aquarius cluster. That's going to give way to a Pisces cluster, and then that's going to give way to a buttload of planets in Aries.
Wow.
Well, that's what, so what, like March, April, everyone's on fire.
Wow.
But the companion piece to this is as each cluster moves into a sign, moves through the sign, right before they all break up, there is a new moon near the end of the sign, which is an odd place. Usually new moons are closer, but there's a reason that anyway. The new moon in April is on Kamala's moon.
Oh, let me get my pendulum.
And that is enormously activating. And that's all I've said. It's like she's coming back into the picture in
boy,
a
is she pissed.
big way.
And boy, is she mad. Can you imagine? Is she going to come back on the same? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yes.
On fire. Now I'm seeing.
On fire.
Oh, as soon as the stuff gets fixed in Minneapolis, Walls will be joining a certain someone in Washington, D.C. I'm talking like in a couple of weeks or less. Okay. I know we've been on a similar page,
Yeah.
Brian, for quite some time. I've seen your comments in chat. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I do not.
That seems early, and I usually call things early. That seems too early.
He said again that they lost. Well, you know what? I mean, technically they did, but we know they didn't. So
who said? Oh, you mean Tim Walsh?
He was on Bulwark today. Yeah, but you know what?
He has to say that to avoid all the death threats. You know, he has a family. That's my opinion.
Also, what a coach. The way he's been handling things in Minnesota, I can't think of any other public person who would be handling things the way he is. He says very little. He says just the right amount.
He does.
He says, I'm proud of you, Minnesota. He says, hey, don't go into churches. Don't disrupt the churches. He says, exercise your rights, hold each other. I mean, he basically told Bondi to go shut the fuck up without saying shut the fuck up. I thought that was brilliant. Pro tip.
Who did he say that to?
After Bondi sent him the threat, the extortion letter, he
totally outed her.
Yeah, he said, pro tip, and he mentioned all those files that she needed to go through.
Yeah, that was brilliant. He does have quick comebacks. I feel like he doesn't want to leave the governorship. I'm not saying that if he can be vice president, that he wouldn't leave the governorship. But I think that was a temporary thing where he said he wasn't going to run. I think that he'll continue being governor until he was vice president.
Well, why wouldn't you, if you were a Minnesotan, why wouldn't you want him to stay at this point?
Yeah, I feel the pressure's really on him, and he's the energy that they need right now. He's like an actual big daddy. like a big, teddy bear kind of. I mean, if Tim Walsh was around and if he was here on the street and I bumped into him and I fell down or something, I mean, I just know he would be like making sure I was okay. He just has that energy. He couldn't not help, right? And the people that are that way, that's their makeup, like the people that we lost, that they can't not help, is that's the energy that's going to permeate everything now. And I just think it's great. The Aquarius, that Pluto and Aquarius energy is just, it's about union. It's about all of us being connected. And I love that I feel that people are starting to experience something brand new because we weren't in that kind of energy. We weren't even in that kind of energy during COVID when we kept on saying we're all in this together, right? Because people just decided to listen to Trump and to be divisive and awful. Some people. But I really do know that the people that are attending these rallies and working together all the time are getting to be friends with one another. And it's exciting, even a rock concert, right? Remember the rock concerts where you'd be like, everyone's singing the same song, and there's a certain kind of buoyancy to that. And I think that it's it's addictive in a certain way, that if you go to a great rally, then you're thinking about the next rally. That's why after the No Kings rallies, people were like, when's the next one? Great party, have another party. That kind of a feeling. Do you want me to pull cards for anything? It's your birthday. You can do whatever you want.
I have the sense there's an aspect or two coming up that would be consistent with Kristi Noem leaving her job as early as next week. She's been called to testify in March. I don't think she's gonna be there by then.
To me, that's pretty clear that she's not going to be in that position. I mean, I said the same thing about Kegsbreath, that he'd be gone. I said the same thing about Kash Patel. I'm really not sure why I keep getting those impressions that it's really imminent, and then they're still there. It's like, stop defying the law of gravity or the law of extraction. Just like, I don't feel like they're like, okay, remember Lindsay Halligan? And
yes.
The other one, Haba? How
Alina Haba.
I mean, they're like, the judges are like, you're done. Yeah, I think they even maybe got disbarred. I'm not sure. You know, you're done. You're not in this position anymore. And then they just kept acting like they were. Mm-hmm. That's what I feel like is happening. It's like, wait, Patel should have been gone. You know, he was stealing all her money. And Blondie's like, she won't release the Epstein files, even she's in contempt of court. There's all these crimes, and they're still in that position. How about Signalgate with Kegsbreath, right? Like, they've committed so many crimes that are impeachable, and they're still acting like they're still in the positions. This is why I have this feeling that we have kind of something going on stirring beneath the ground as we head into Imbolc, which is about spring stirring underneath the ground. I think something's stirring, and they just feel like posers. Well, they're posers anyway. But as far as Kristi Noem goes, if you want to... I'm going to ask something more specific, like, will she be impeached? No.
No, I think she'll be forced out.
So will she be fired? Yeah, she'll be fired. I mean, I don't think she would resign of her own volition. I really don't. There's something really weird. I mean, that's such an obvious statement, but I've never seen a person like that's so... I've almost thought that she was a robot. She acts like a robot, you know, like the humanoid.
Don't so many of those women?
Yeah, but she's got it bad.
But what I keep thinking of is the Stepford wives, because they undergo a physical transformation. There's something really bizarre that happens to their face.
Yeah.
And like, what is going on here?
It's really creepy. It's creepy. It really is. I mean, I've seen horror movies like this. Just little snippets of horror movies. That's like, wait, that's not what your face is supposed to look like. Really scary. But we're moving into a time of great light. And I know that people get upset about this election and that election and this one doing that. We always just have to come back to, this is my suggestion, strong suggestion, the people will turn this around. This is the United States of America. How many times have we done that before? I mean, we have sins, for sure. We all know that. But we definitely have to remember that we have done amazing things. And there are amazing people in this country who have been fired that will be reinstated. So much to talk about. I'm just going to pick something. The eclipse that's coming up, can you just give us a few of the, maybe you already did, but a few of the things to look for during that? Is it the 17th?
Yeah, okay. All right. Eclipses are not one-day occurrences.
Right.
They're long processes. This is a solar eclipse, which means it's a supercharged new moon, and it is right on top of the moon in the July 4th chart for the US. The moon represents the
Oh,
people. A
oh, wow.
solar eclipse is a reboot. It's when something hits the reset button. Think of what happens when a new operating system is installed on your computer. You don't always say to do it. Sometimes you turn the computer on and you go, "Oh, there's an update. I gotta wait. I gotta
Yeah,
wait. I gotta wait." And everything goes dark
yeah,
and stuff is happening behind the scenes. You can't see it. And then whoop, computer comes back up and things aren't in the same place. And some things are new and some things are gone. That's my analogy for a solar eclipse. And this one has the ruler of the sign that the eclipse is in. It's in Aquarius. The ruler, Uranus, is exactly squaring that eclipse, meaning that it's going shove. So not only is it this massive reset, but there is catalytic pushing, and we really mean it, bam, going on from the skies at the same time.
wow.
Now, this is happening on Trump's relationship axis. It's happening on Vance's relationship
Ooh,
axis. And
ooh,
when something hits the like the crosshair, the cross poles of a chart, that changes your entire everything in your life just gets catapulted.
I love it.
So
I love it. I'm gonna ring a bell and sing a little song. I really do feel it. Is it a full? Is it a full eclipse?
is it a total? No. There's a total solar eclipse in August. There's a total lunar eclipse the beginning of March, but the one that really, really hits us is oh, look at where that one is. Huh. All these things are hitting my chart. Just watch me, okay?
It's she's just gonna go
I'm
like
gonna be
flying
insane.
up into space.
I'm gonna be insane all year. Here we go. No quiet.
This is gonna be Kathy's year. Everything's just gonna kind of culminate, and all your dreams will happen. They'll just come true.
That's very interesting.
Maybe
Okay.
YouTube will start cooperating with us and give us more views.
You know, I'm actually okay with staying
I know.
slightly under the radar.
I know what you mean, but this is
I
ridiculous.
get all these solicitations. Here, we can do this. We can do this. And I'll just go, you know what? I really don't want to be that out there. I want to just be kind of lower level, getting through to the people that need to know. And I don't want, some honing in on me and going,
yeah.
shut her down.
I've learned to appreciate it, and then, but by the same token, I'm sure that you see people that you're like, oh, why are they so popular? They're not even that, like you're better, and and it's not a conceit thing.
There's a lot of junk food astrology out there, and I don't serve junk food. I might eat it sometimes, but I don't serve it.
You want to see the people that are really knowledgeable and really experienced and really good at what they do. You want to see them highlighted. So it's just kind of that makes it just frustrating. But anyway, I think do you remember like growing up when the bootlegs and the alternative music just had like a cult following? Like there was a certain group that would follow this certain obscure artist or something. We're kind of like that. It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, my favorite band, which I followed everywhere, was very obscure, and I had the opportunity to throw them in front of a major booking agent, and their response was, "They're always going to be an indie group." And I'm like, okay. I still think they're brilliant, but fine.
Yeah, we're like the indie groups, right? We're like the indie bands. So just in terms of I know there's so many bad things happening out there, but we have this incredible optimism. I mean, that's what I'm picking up. That's what I feel. And leading up to this eclipse in February, we can all view that as, okay, we're preparing for that. We're preparing for the shift. We can all be thinking about that's what's going to happen. These fascists are going to be ousted.
Look at it as rebirth of a nation.
Yeah, and it's inevitable. Right? How many times we've said this is not sustainable. What they're doing cannot be sustained. And I just, like, I was texting you late last night, because I was busy, and then I came to see the news, and I was watching. Bravino had been sort of fired or demoted. Kristi Noem, they were talking about impeaching her. Caroline Levitt, I never saw her so hapless. She's hapless anyway, but and just useless. They're just like all falling apart, and then and who knows what. I haven't even heard anything from Dumpy in the past couple of days, really, that jumped out as making me feel like, oh, they're winning again, or they're going to get away with everything again. And this thing about calling up Tim Walsh after he called him the R word and all this stuff, and the slander is out of control. Like, they're not winning. He caves. Trump caves. I mean, remember the meeting he had with Mamdani after he called him all these terrible names, and we were all like, "Oh no, Mamdani, he's so brave. How can he go in there and have that meeting with Trump after all the terrible things Trump has said about him?" that was hilarious.
He has experience dealing with dementia patients, doesn't he? I mean, Mamdani's done a lot with the elderly, so.
Oh, okay. Well,
he knew how to play him, and he did. Like,
that would make sense, and I think others have too. I think Gavin. I have the sense that has had conversations with. I think he was talking to Mark Kelly. Somebody said in the comments recently that Mark Kelly and Gavin were talking. It was yeah. I did a couple of snowstorm parties, so they were like my old PNN live streams, and somebody had said that, and I feel like when Gavin got together with Mark Kelly or whoever he gets together with to talk about what's going on, they do discuss the dementia and how to, and Mark Rutte also, like, these world leaders know too. It's how to deal with dementia patients is like kind of, it's common, like it's a common discussion. What you say, I'm going through it with my mom right now. It's like what you say, what they understand, what and you have to treat them like children sometimes, and that's nothing degrading in saying that. It's just the disease. And he's clearly he's in the advanced stages. And yep. I saw somebody said recently that they didn't know how he was still walking around. People that work around him, they don't know how he's still standing. He barely is.
Barely. And what are they pumping him full of? I mean, I get exhausted. I can't imagine. Although he's only up for periods of time, so maybe we just see him when he's semi-awake. But
oh yeah.
When I hear about these parties at Mar-a-Lago, like, does he sleep all day and then show up? I mean, how do you do this? I'm not sure he sleeps.
I'm not sure he stays at the parties. I doubt that he stays at the parties very long. Like, and I heard somebody saying he watched the Melania movie, and I'm sure he slept through it. I'm sure he did. And when he is speaking in public, he acts all jacked up, right? And I know it's probably hard for us to recall this, but when he did that disastrous debate with Biden, he was all jacked up, and he's always sniffing away. So I don't think he's long for this earth.
I don't see how he could be.
Yeah. So I think that my iPad's running out of battery. Let's sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kathy. Happy birthday to you.
Thank
and many
you.
More.
Oh yeah, I'm not getting out of here anytime soon.
You have to have the birthday song sung to you on your birthday.
I appreciate it. That's probably the only time I will hear it. Thank you.
It's important. And it's important to get at least a little, you already had cake, you told me, because I was like, you just got to get a cupcake and put a candle on it or something. No candle?
No, no candle, just cake. That's
All
fine.
right.
Cake was
I'm
good.
instructing you to put a candle on the next piece of cake that you have and sing to yourself and make a wish.
Yeah, I do need to make a wish.
Yeah. I on my birthday, I did that at like midnight, almost midnight. I was like, I can't get through my birthday without doing that. All right. So I think we're good. Thank you. Anything you want to tell people before we go?
Keep the faith.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone, don't worry, be happy. The more we can go to our happy place and get I gave a great sermon on Sunday, if I may say so myself. It was about having a joy buffer.
Good. Yeah.
Have a buffer. Have the things you can think of that make you smile. Make it a practice. And we'll get through this because now there's more and more people on board. And in a weird kind of way, I'm glad that we're where we are right now because we've been screaming from the rooftops for 10 years pretty much. And now it's not just us. It's nice to have help.
Thank goodness.
Have a wonderful day. And I'll come back later with a video I'll upload. And you have any shows that you want to talk about that you've already recorded or that you're about to?
No, Louise and I will have one Friday again this week. And
Okay.
yeah.
We'll look forward to that. That's Cosmic Owl, and it's also on your channel.
Yep, Professional Aquarian, right.
Book a session with Kathy. Get your chart read. Book a session with me. Get your cards read. I'm offering a great discount till the 31st. All right. Bye. Thanks. Namaste. Have a good one.